Excellent. Welcome to Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. It's Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Newcastle's #1 film, TV and gaming podcast. My name is Dylan and always with my co-host
Mitchell, and you must get your calculators ready and get ready to hell Christ because it's time for TCTP. Sing it, John Mayer! Tasty dab. I love it. Can't you see I'm having a bath?
Wait, no.
Whoa.
That's way off. I was thinking of, I went straight to Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, man.
Jim Carrey in the bath, and they're sharing the bath, and it's gross.
The way you reacted, would be very surprised if you got Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh,
Chris Hemsworth,
no, I have not seen that film.
2012. Yeah, no, I know you haven't. That's why I was like, really?
Yeah.
He's so confident. That's amazing.
Definitely not. Well, you know, fake confidence is the key to success.
That's it. Drink up, buddy.
Yeah,
But
cheers.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Wednesday edition. We have a stacked episode for you. Many a news topic to cover, surprisingly, but the notes are quite full.
Yeah, surprisingly. Yes, I did have to fill it out with some explanation so I remember what to talk about when we get to those segments. So it looks like there's a lot, but as we've done over the past few weeks, we'll chuck in a few things that catch our interest, and we'll go from there. There's a few horror things to talk about this week, and a few mixes of horror / action / multi-billion-dollar companies doing the right thing. Maybe, perhaps.
Well, you'll have to wait and see. But before we get started, just wanted to mention this episode brought to you by Gun Gear and Graphics.
Absolutely.
Sorry. No. Okay. You'll hear more about them in the upcoming weeks, but we're trying to do a bit of a collaboration at the moment.
Absolutely.
And we've got some new designs coming and things like that, so keep an ear out for that. But check them out on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Gun Gear and Graphics. That's gun with the 2 N's.
Absolutely. They do some amazing graphic designs, match graphics, merchandise designs, creating wrestler attire, the whole works. So definitely check out the links, which will be below, but you'll hear more about those when we get a full ad for you over the next coming weeks.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm excited to see some little changes coming around here.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe a tasty new logo, something to bring in the 100th episode with, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Great idea.
I know.
I love talking business decisions on air.
I know. I love it. I love those.
Anyway, everybody who's like stuck with us so far, all the designs you've seen are done by me.
Yes.
And I've slapped them together, but now we want to actually get some collaboration with local business to get this going and also support them as well. So you hear about more about them.
Absolutely. And we said at the beginning of the year it was going to be a big year for us. Unfortunately, scheduling conflicts have gotten in the way recently.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes, the big day came, and you guys both looked lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Especially me. I look fucker.
Oh, man. You scrub up. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
That's what happens when I have a haircut and I shave.
Exactly. I wouldn't know. But either way, before we get into it, just wanted to do a quick bit of house cleaning. Okay. Social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 2C3Pod. If you're not following there, make sure to follow there. Tasty memes always. By the way, I saw your meme today. Fuck you. It's incredibly wrong. Absolutely incredibly wrong. I could not disagree with that more. And thank you to CJ, who's a frequent Twitch collaborator with you. Like he plays with you, and he's played with both of us recently. Speaking of Twitch, Mitchell_TCTP, twitch.tv/Mitchell_TCTP. If you want to follow me, I play Fortnite and Fortnite only. So, yay.
Cool. If you want to watch me play a whole bunch of different things, Dylan2C3Pod. So, twitch.tv/Dylan2C3Pod. Also on Facebook as well. It's got its own page and everything.
Of course.
I have been playing a new game, which was it was not new, but it's been out for a while, but a new game for me, which I didn't really think was going to be up my alley. And I'll talk about more later in the episode. But for anybody familiar with a game called Subnautica.
Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought you were going to say Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, no, I could certainly talk. Did I talk about that last week? No, I didn't. No, I'm happy to talk about it, though.
I couldn't believe it because I got the notification on my phone. Make sure to turn notifications on, by the way.
Yes, for
and
everything.
It popped up, Dylan2C3Pod playing Untitled Goose Game, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, it was on. So the great thing about Xbox
I might start playing Goat Simulator soon.
Oh, don't do that. That's terrible. Have you ever played Goat Simulator?
Very briefly, but I have it downloaded because it was free in the PS Store.
I have it too because it was free, and I have played it, and it's kind of like PUBG in the way that they must have used the same engine. I have no idea, but it looks like they've used the same engine, but it's broken, and it's terrible, and it's hilarious.
But they have tongues.
Yes,
long fucking tongues.
And they Spider-Man whip themselves around everywhere.
Exactly, as if that wouldn't be fun, especially with a few drinks in you.
It's kind of like Untitled Goose Game in the way that it is silly fun for 5 minutes. Except I played Untitled Goose Game for like an hour. And it's a lot of fun. There's no stakes to it. Like, you can't die. There's nothing like that. You don't lose anything if you don't beat an objective. You're literally just a silly goose.
So, as we mentioned in the podcast previously, when that game first came out, it was compared to Hitman. Now that you've played...
Yes, I'm glad you actually remember that because I completely forgot. Now, I am a massive Hitman fan, you can derive comparisons, but no, it's definitely not.
Okay, good.
There's a list of objectives, and when you start the game, and you'll watch the full playthroughs on my YouTube and Facebook, Dylan2C3 Pod, if you want to watch a previous stream.
Little snippets as well on Dylan's Insta, Dylan2C3 Pod, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. For like the first 5 minutes, you're just a goose and you walk around. It gives you a bit of a tutorial, but I was like, is there any objectives to this?
Yeah.
Or do you literally just do whatever you want? But no, there is a list of objectives steal the pumpkin and make sure it goes to the basket and then lock the kid in the phone booth. And that's exactly what I did on my Instagram and Facebook. You can see that.
I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck is this game?
You just like you're a duck. You're a goose, sorry.
Oh, don't.
You go and you just flap your wings and you
do you nip people?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I thought like that's like one of the reasons I don't like geese. Because
I got attacked by geese.
When I was a kid. They nip, right?
Yeah. No, there is no nipping. So it definitely is family-friendly, G-rated fun.
Yeah, what's wrong with a bit of nipping? Huh?
Yeah. And I definitely recommend it. But with Subnautica, as I said, I'll talk more about that later on before we get in, like after we do all the news and such.
Yeah.
But you'll see I think it became popular on YouTube from Markiplier. He played all the way through it. There's like 100 videos of him playing through it.
Yeah.
For the first like 10 hours, it felt like I was lost. I had no fucking idea what I was doing, no direction.
Wow.
And then I think it was 12 a.m. this morning where it finally clicked. I was like, oh, now I know what I'm doing. And for like the next 3 hours, I was building a hut.
X is jump. Right.
Yeah.
Wow. See, you wonder why I only stick to Fortnite. You just said for about 10 hours, I had no idea I'm not going to commit 10 hours to a game and then figure out what I'm doing.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm going to jump on the battle bus, jump off, get angry when I get killed by a fucking kid straight away, and he dances on my ass. God damn. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I complain about Fortnite that I can't understand the mechanics and I don't know the hell I'm doing, yet I'll spend hours upon hours trying to figure out Subnautica. Anybody who's played that game will know what I'm talking about. There's no instructions. Yeah, like, you're literally thrown into... So... All right, we'll talk about it later. But anyway, first bit of news, which is definitely ripping the Band-Aid off.
Spend 10 hours playing Fortnite, mate, and you'll be hooked.
I have spent 10 hours being completely frustrated because my stream wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. But anyway, before we jump into that, speaking of hours of content, like you did with Markiplier, YouTube. Head on over to the YouTube page, Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. We have... Oh, God. Yeah. I'd say well over the triple figures of
I'd say endless.
Yeah.
Because you'll never reach the end. Because as long as we keep going, it'll just be endless.
Well, that's right, exactly. Unless you're willing to commit 2 hours a week. And if you are, thank you for doing that so much.
Absolutely.
And if you're willing to commit that much time, why not head on over to Patreon, Two's Company, Three's Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes.
We have bloody heroes and bloody legends that we're going to discuss at the end of the show that keep this thing alive, and we love them so much. Not only that, Two's Company, Three's Podcast at gmail.com. If you'd like to flick us a quick little donation on PayPal, of course, every dollar we do comes straight back into the show.
Absolutely. And also any business inquiries as well. Do you need assistance with your own podcast, YouTube content, whatever it may be, let us know and we can try and help you out or point you in the right direction, especially Gun Gear & Co.
I was about to say.
If you do want get some logos and such.
Exactly. But thank you to Gun Gear & Graphics for hooking up the email. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. All right. So, Sam Raimi. Every week I try and look at something that's horror related.
Of course.
Because the next bit of news that I've got here is about the up and coming Halloween film. I nearly forgot it because I don't have it on my screen.
I just wrote Gun Gear & Graphics into Google.
Well, you'll find some
welcome
quality
for the
products.
plugs, bro.
Anyway, so Sam Raimi has been confirmed, well, casually confirmed that he is directing the next Doctor Strange movie and the Multiverse of Madness.
Of course.
And I think that's an interesting choice. Obviously, we know he can do superhero films. He made one of the greatest Spider-Man films of all time and also continued on with a trilogy, despite his background being purely, I think he's most notably known for horror. And having some bombastic, crazy
that's definitely
fucking
where
things.
He got his start 100%.
Absolutely. But like when you think of Sam Raimi, you imagine horror. You think of Evil Dead. You think of those kind of crazy sort of 80s horror films and Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
To bring him into the MCU, though, the current state that it's in, I think is a very interesting choice in the sense that I wouldn't expect him to be included this deep in.
Well, see, as we've discussed before, you've got to remember that this is the MCU/Disney having a dabble into a more horror-themed MCU film.
That's right. But you know how, like, you know, with Marvel and Disney, they have a very set way on how they want their films to be produced.
Yes, absolutely.
And for, you know, that's why Edgar Wright was no longer involved with Ant-Man, because he had a very Shaun of the Dead vibe, you know, very Hot Fuzz vibe. And it would have made for an amazing film.
I was going to say, so disappointing.
But the tone would have been completely different.
Exactly.
Still would have been slapstick kind of comedy, but it definitely would have been different.
Oh, no. I would have loved to have seen Edgar Wright's unique filmmaking, how with those quick cuts and the, like, oh man, I would have loved that with Ant-Man.
And Cornetto
Paul
references.
Rudd would have been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Like
he is, but he would have been just as good.
No, exactly. He would have been just as good. And I don't think they've collaborated before, but I'd love to see an Edgar Wright, Paul Rudd based comedy, you know?
Of some capacity, for sure.
100%. But, so with Sam Raimi, I mean, it's probably a pretty safe bet, you know, like I know they have their style that they do now, but this is coming from a very experienced director, writer, producer who's dabbled in horror. Obviously, that's where he got his start, but not only that, he's helmed superhero films before, so obviously he's easy to direct, you know, from the studio's perspective, if that makes sense. So I think this is a really, really smart choice on,
for sure,
Marvel's part.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Like, I don't think it's a bad decision. I love this. I think this is fantastic and definitely a departure from the norm.
Yes.
You know, but someone like Sam Raimi, like looking at this article from IGN, which is where I found it, but don't worry, it is legit. It's not just IGN. It's legit.
Yeah. No, it's IMDb.
Yeah, for sure. It's on there now. So I loved Doctor Strange as a kid, but he always felt, this page is like jumping up and down. All right.
Oh, God, get your shit together.
I'm trying. I loved Doctor Strange as a kid, but he always, after Spider-Man and Batman, for me, he was probably the number 5 for me in great comic book characters. So Doctor Strange, whether he's just playing this up being like, hey, I'm in Hollywood again, I need to talk about how much I like this thing.
Yeah, of course.
Or he's being legitimate. I think someone like Sam Raimi being a gigantic nerd, you know, legit would find one of these characters fascinating. And with the fact that they do want to take kind of a horror route, perspective for something like the Multiverse of Madness, it's perfect concept for it.
Oh,
Doctor Strange is the perfect character to do this. Yeah. You could do it with any of them. You could go Guardians of the Galaxy with James Gunn and go, let's have them enter a particular dimension in space or whatever, and it's just completely terrifying. But you need that to be a family-friendly, comedy, essentially.
Yes.
But we do have some news about that later on.
Of course.
Sam Raimi is awesome.
If you read further with his quote there on IGN, he's talking about Doctor Strange, and then when we had that moment in Spider-Man 2, I had no idea that we would ever be making a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, let alone him being involved in this massive collaboration of a universe as well.
That's exactly right. Yeah, no, so I'm excited for this, man. I love Sam Raimi. I love his work, always have.
Yep.
And personally, for me, you know how I feel about MCU films and superhero films and that. This is definitely something that's like, sweet. That's my draw for this film.
For sure, yeah. Because obviously you're not the biggest superhero movie fan.
Yeah.
Like, I am. Yeah. I don't really like this. Like, nowadays I'm kind of like, But when there's the next one, I always get excited. So I can safely say that, I'm definitely a fan of it.
Yes.
But especially when the two worlds that I love the most, horror, crazy horror, like Sam Raimi, you know, he directed one of the best thriller films of the last 10 years, which I think got a bit downplayed. Don't Breathe. Have you seen Don't Breathe?
Yes, absolutely.
He produced. He didn't direct. It was a produced film, but it was fantastic. And for him and Bruce Campbell to go back and produce the recent Evil Dead film, which wasn't great. It was okay, but it definitely wasn't the original.
It was serviceable for what it was. You know, like
very surprising that they were the ones to actually produce it.
Yeah.
But another reason why I looked at this particular article as well about Sam Raimi doing Doctor Strange is that the world is now speculating. It won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen. But if it did, it'd be awesome. And I posted this on our Facebook 2C3 pod is Bruce Campbell to play the main antagonist opposite Doctor Strange.
You're right. It's not going to happen, but he's going to be in it.
Oh, he was in Spider-Man. Like,
he's gonna be in it.
Well, this is like, I think it was confirmed by Raimi himself many years ago, and it was on storyboards that, you know how Bruce Campbell did have a cameo in each Spider-Man film.
Of course,
he was essentially in the background Mysterio in that universe.
Oh my god!
And there is a storyboard like a drawn storyboard of where, like, I think he was supposed to be a villain in number 4.
Yeah.
Or number 3, and like he was sort of shifted for Venom or something like that. Anyway, you can Google this and find it out for yourself.
Yeah.
That, he gets arrested by the cops. They take the helmet off and it's Bruce Campbell's face underneath. Like, he's in the costume.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, because he's always playing tricks on like to Peter Parker in every movie. Or 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Perfect character for someone like,
Bruce Campbell. Yeah.
What did I say his name was?
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. But as far as I'm concerned, he has to be in this film
in some capacity.
Oh, absolutely. It's just going to be one line, but it'll be glorious.
Yeah, for sure.
There'll be a huge pop.
Normally, I would ask you, who would you want him to play as a Doctor Strange villain?
Yeah. Titanfall. That
combining universes where he plays a gigantic robot.
Yeah, well, I mean, he played a bellboy.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and a doorman.
Yeah,
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of awesome. Horror.
Yes.
Oh, but we do need to remember as well. Yes, it is their dabble into horror, but it's going to be PG-13.
Oh, yeah. So. It's going to be as horror as Spider-Man Far From Home was in that sort of mysterious scene where there was the zombie, what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Iron Man. Yeah. Where they kind of went a little bit, but, it'll be the whole film.
I feel like there'll be a darker tone to it, but
for sure.
Obviously not going to be like a horror classic.
Yeah.
Or
well, when you think about it, like, I mean, fair enough, they are family friendlies, but there are times where the MCU does go that extra step. I mean, spoiler alert, first 5 minutes of Avengers Endgame, Thanos gets his head cut off, and you see that.
Yeah.
So when you pause it for long enough, like, they actually animated that shit in. So, like, they definitely can go violent when they want to.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it just won't be bloodshed and mayhem like we would want.
Yeah.
But speaking of bloodshed and mayhem.
That's right. Segueing beautifully into our next one.
Absolutely.
Later in the year, we have the sequel to the Halloween reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Coming out, Halloween Kills.
It's a sequel. Reboot, remake, but it's kind of technically a sequel.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, no, sorry. I was referring to the Halloween. Can't say anything. Hey, that's fine.
Going. It's catching up. Just give it a second. Okay, we're good. Yep,
professional.
We're fine. Yes. Anyway,
but yes,
I think I got it all. Yes, Halloween Kills.
Yes, I was referring to the Halloween reboot remake from 2 years ago.
Yes.
And this is the direct sequel to that.
Yes,
Halloween Kills.
but that was direct sequel to number 1 or number 1 and... Anyway, it's not important.
I like to say it's a direct sequel to number 2 from the original ones, because if you've seen the Halloween saga, as most of our listeners have, of course.
Yes, for sure.
Halloween and Halloween 2, they are on the same night.
Oh, that is correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, if they're saying, this is a direct sequel to the first one, no. It's a direct sequel to the first 2 because they're on the exact same night.
And Halloween 3, that wasn't even a sequel, was
Halloween
it?
3 was Season of the Witch.
Yeah, I haven't seen that film.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It didn't involve Michael Myers, did it?
No, as a Halloween film and what the saga became, because they had no intention of making this a big... what do you call them? Series? Franchise.
Yes.
Yeah, they had no intention of making it a Michael Myers franchise. It was just going to be a Halloween style story franchise.
Yeah.
And then they did that, and people were like, well, where's Michael? And they're like,
where's this really stupidly famous horror icon we created?
Yeah, exactly, that's right. But at the time, it wasn't an icon.
But after so they tried 1 and 2?
I know. Anyway, trust me, it's stupid. But if you watch Season of the Witch as a Halloween film, as a horror film, it's not bad.
It's fine.
It's serviceable.
It's a good 80s horror film.
But of course, you watch it going, there's no Michael. It's shit. Where's Michael? But
that's right. So if you watch it without the idea that it's a Halloween universe film,
exactly,
it's fine.
Exactly. Okay. It's a serviceable horror film.
Okay. I'll add that to the list of 80s horrors I still need to check out.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Reanimator is at the top of the fucking list.
Dude, I'm throwing that at you next week. So anyway, this one being the 4th film in the Halloween franchise, if we're going to be technical about it.
Yep.
Halloween Kills. Now, there's an article, of course, on our favorite website, Bloody Disgusting.
Thank you.
Yes, and the writer has said that this is going to be bigger, badder, and meaner.
Oh, is it still being produced by Danny McBride like the last one? Hopefully.
I will look into that.
I have no idea what contribution Danny McBride made to the film apart from being named as producer, but because that film was so good and so down to earth, and it didn't try to make things way over the top like a lot of many years later sequels do. For example, Alien Covenant, also starring Danny McBride. Oh, he was involved.
Yes.
Here we go. It's in the article itself. The teams wrote that the script with Danny McBride and David Gordon Green at this moment, Halloween Kills, the state of blah, 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 blah. So he is directly involved, and he's one of the writers. That's awesome.
Wow. I love Hollywood.
Yeah.
I love Hollywood for weird things like this, like the people that you see getting attached to films that you would not expect them to get attached to.
Well, that's right. I mean, we've talked about this 100 times in the past, where people who were primarily popular for their comedic value, like Jordan Peele, Danny McBride, James Franco, even dabble outside of that realm and make more serious films. And Halloween being one of the best, 80s film franchise sequels to come as of late, out of all of them. I mean, when you think about all of the reboots and remakes and sequels of classic 80s films that have come out in the last 5 years, maybe 10 years even.
Yeah.
Halloween is probably up there with the best.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it beats Alien Covenant.
Yep.
It beats RoboCop 2014. Rewatched it the other way. Still a good film, but it definitely doesn't hold up.
No, of course.
For the original.
Well,
Terminator.
Oh, God. Take your pick on which one to...
that's right. Halloween beat them all.
Yeah, 100%, man.
I
couldn't agree more. Like, as in, that's why I love when they get it right, because there's a new generation that gets to see these films and appreciate them for the traditional values that they had.
And hopefully they get to go
saying
back.
values when you're talking about a serial killer, but it did.
Family values.
Exactly. It stuck to it. But
kill your brother if he's trying to kill you.
the thing that, exactly. That's right. Sibling rivalry. It's a classic tale as old as time.
Absolutely. Mike Myers being the biggest Star Trek nerd ever, and obviously, Laurie Strode?
Yeah, Laurie Strode.
Laurie Strode must have been a Star Trek fan at the time. So,
That's right, exactly.
Do you know where I'm getting that from?
Not at all.
Okay, so the Michael Myers mask. Please tell me you know about that story.
William Shatner.
Yeah,
of course,
it's a Shatner face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How great is that?
That is so good. That's the best piece of movie trivia ever.
Exactly. Yeah. William Shatner's claim to fame, to me personally, is Boston Legal and Michael Myers.
Yeah, for sure.
That's literally it, because that's all I care about.
If you haven't seen Star Trek, you never will, especially his version.
Exactly, that's right. But God damn it, I was leading down to a point. Oh, my favorite part about this kind of reboot that's been successful and actually a good film is there's a whole new generation who gets to enjoy that. And I can't wait for them to realize, wait, there's a sequel coming out? He clearly died at the end of the first one.
Oh, and they have no idea.
Not knowing the history of Michael Myers and the fact he can't be killed. He cannot be killed.
Did this film come out at a time where people are naive enough and the old films haven't been around for long enough to really warrant that just yet? Do you feel that kind of thing would happen maybe if Halloween came out in 10 years' time?
I'm not sure. I feel like there would still be a naive group of those shitty teenagers that go to the theaters and they watch the movie and they're like, oh, this character's awesome. Wow, he's clearly dead, no sequel. And then a year later go, what? What hell?
They're also
the same.
They're also the same clowns that go, well, this is my dad's generation. I'm not watching this old crap.
Exactly.
And then they miss out on it. And then us old motherfuckers get to go there and enjoy it for ourselves.
Oh, hell yeah. I had a great time watching this. I think I actually went with Brock from Gun Gear and Graphics.
Absolutely.
And went and saw this. It was fantastic. But no, I'm super excited for this, man. The fact that they're saying it's going to be more brutal, I completely get that, because of course in the first one you still had to have that kind of retelling of the origin story a little bit. Yeah, not too much, but at the same time I'm expecting this one to just go full hog straight into it. Bam.
Yeah.
Run, bitch.
I'm hoping that it does too, in the sense that it gets straight to the hunting, straight to the story of Michael Myers.
Yes.
But I also hope that they don't just go ridiculous blood and violence like a lot of sequels do. I hope because Halloween, it was such a good film that it didn't rely solely on people getting blood squibs just going everywhere. It didn't rely on the overuse of violence. It was more the tension, and that's what the original was so good at.
Absolutely.
So I'm hoping this one follows in that. Now, the statement, though, can be scary sometimes. Yeah. Because the statement of this is really bigger, badder, meaner version of the first one can sometimes mean, well, they're just going to have all this stuff that worked and then just double down on it, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I have a feeling that the people behind this, it will work, but it remains to be seen whether going bigger, badder, and meaner is essentially a better idea.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, I'm hoping, like you said, they get straight into the chase.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping at the end of this one they don't kill Michael.
Yeah,
I'm hoping, because we know there's a third one coming. Halloween Kills, and then Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right. They already announced it. Didn't they?
Halloween Ends. No, Kills, and then
hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Get onto that. But I'm hoping at the end of this one that they leave it very open. Yeah, they leave it with.
Well, the last one he looked
with
like
Michael's still going. You know,
Halloween Ends. Yes,
it is Halloween Ends. Yeah. Yes.
So with the last one, he was trapped in the basement. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen it, shut up, go watch it. He gets trapped in the basement. The house is burning down, and he's just standing there. And it gives you the sense that maybe he did die. If this film failed and it didn't, and it commercially died, then Michael Myers is dead.
They definitely ended it with the thoughts of, well, this is it.
Yeah,
this
that's
is the last
right.
Halloween film we're making for at least 10, 15 years.
That's right. But if anybody's not a retard,
yes.
they go, well, anybody who knows Michael Myers can
Yeah.
go, well, yeah, he'll definitely get out of this somehow.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
of course he did.
Yeah,
so,
no, exactly. That's right. Yeah,
and his clothes are still fine. I'm hoping
His
that
clothes are still fine.
what I mean by that is
You
that
act like he actually posed for this poster.
no. What I mean by that,
Dylan, there's more than one jumpsuit in the world. Just saying.
how many William Shatner masks are there?
Now we're talking.
So
they're not
will
very
it be melted, or does he have like a collection stashed somewhere where, like back in the 80s when William Shatner was popular, he's just stashed a whole bunch of masks?
Exactly. Bought them at the dozen. Yeah. Buy one, get 12 free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
going out of stock. We want them gone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but absolutely, man. No, the poster, man, I love it.
Yeah.
I seriously love that poster.
simple.
It is black and white, and it is just Michael.
Yeah.
From the waist up, not even waist up, from the titties up, and it's just perfect.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that. I love that simplicity. But like I said, I want this one to end with a cliffhanger, not with a they think they're safe again. Yeah, he's coming. you know?
because
And
it'll then be repeating the same cliche that every other Michael Myers film has done.
That's right. And I feel like this one, it'll have to be done really well because I have a feeling that they filmed Halloween Kills and Ends at the same time. Because Halloween Ends is coming out exactly 1 year after this one. So
that's also risky, but if they just film them back to back non-stop and the writers have the chance to have that flow-on effect,
exactly,
it'll be fine. So maybe at the end it will pull the Avengers thing. It may go, there isn't really an ending. Maybe Laurie escapes and then Michael's still hunting her and then that's it. And then wait 12 months to see what happens.
You know what? Maybe Michael Myers, he does have supernatural abilities because the motherfucker can't be killed.
Yeah.
Maybe Laurie has that too.
Ooh, and this is
maybe
never
Laurie dies at the end and Michael's like, okay.
Well,
and
now what do I do?
Yeah.
Let's go have an interview with those podcasters that pulled me out of jail earlier.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good idea. I like that a lot.
And then the sequel is that she comes back.
Exactly. And then the sequel is Michael just like, well, I guess I'll just carry on and live my life. And he's there at the welfare office or something like that. And she's like, surprise, motherfucker. And bam. Oh, yeah. No, but I think they should end with like a...
And then they sit down with a nice cup of tea and go, listen, we've just established after the last 40 years, we've only found this out, but both of us are invincible.
So...
let's work this out.
Let's kill others. And then bam. And all of a sudden you've got... oh, yeah. And you get the slow motion.
Super horror team up.
Yeah, you get the slow motion of them both in jumpsuits with masks going dun dun. Dun, dun, and then they just slash a throat on their way past.
And then they can invade other franchises. We have Hellraiser coming up. Yeah. Make the main villain of the Hellraiser franchise Michael Myers and Laurie Strode.
We're up to episode 83, and I don't know how many times we've said it. Hollywood, we're right here. Come on. The phone lines are open.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Even asylum films. Come on, man. Give us a break.
Exactly. That's right. Come on, Blumhouse. I know you're doing well, but hook a brother up.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, yes, like looking at the horror realm. I know we've talked about Sam Raimi so far.
Of course.
And now we've looked at Blumhouse's Halloween. One guy who's also made his fame from horror films has been all over Instagram recently because he's in the middle of writing and cutting and editing and all that.
Of course.
On his
There's not much else to do at the moment.
That's right. On his current projects. Now, I don't think this is essentially news.
Yep.
It's simply people asking him questions and him just giving the answer.
Yep.
Not really giving much away, but there's a few things to look forward to.
Yep.
James Gunn.
Yes, of course.
Yes, 2C3 pod favourite, James Gunn.
Thank you. Yep.
Is busy currently editing and cutting his version of Suicide Squad.
Yes, which he has been given full permission to do so.
Yes,
which is
absolutely.
Exciting.
Apparently, it may have an R rating, so I think they're following down the route of Birds of Prey, where there's swearing and violence and all of that.
Of course, the good shit.
Absolutely. In one of his Instagram answers, essentially the questions, he's turned around and said, well, you don't need any prior knowledge of the previous DCEU, but it is a sequel to Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey. So it takes place after, but you don't really... It's kind of like Birds of Prey. There's a line in the film where Harley Quinn says, something, I saved the world, something, so the events of Suicide Squad are just passed off.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to establish that it's still kind of connected.
So that happened. But anyway, something new segue.
Basically, yeah. So James Gunn has teased that Suicide Squad is a sequel, but it's not connected, but you don't have to know anything about it, but which makes me think that all of the characters are being portrayed by the same actors, which they were, but they are the same actors, are the same characters from that prior movie.
Yes, different actors. Is that what you mean?
No, same actors, same characters.
Yeah,
but people were speculating
is Will Smith's character gone?
Oh no, he's gone. So Deadshot isn't going to be in this film.
Is he dead?
I hope so.
Oh, what a shot.
People were saying that he should be replaced by this. I mean, obviously, this happens with news every time a new character needs a new actor in any franchise.
Of course.
But people were saying, oh, Idris Elba should do it.
Yeah.
Just because he's black doesn't mean he should be the next Deadshot.
You know who else should do it?
Who?
Fucking Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not?
You know what?
I know.
I'd be all for
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because that would be silly and retarded and amazing. Yeah.
And I feel like he'd be one of the few who would get Will's blessing.
Yeah, for sure.
Be like, dude, I gave you Bad Boys 3, but yeah, no, get another paycheck, buddy. You're right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No,
I'd be down for that, but apparently
a fat
not.
Deadshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
but, I mean, if we're picking black people, I mean, why not Gary Coleman?
Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
How dare you, Dylan?
I was just
How dare you not know what you talking about, Dylan?
Yeah, I know. I went straight to Gary Oldman. I was like, he's not black. And then I was like, hold on a second. When you say Gary Coleman, I just immediately identify his cameo in The Simpsons.
Oh, right, with the Christmas episode? Yeah, of course. And what are they called? Not the Furbies? What are they called?
Yeah, they were ripping off Furbies because they all came to life.
Exactly.
And he's like karate kicking him.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't remember.
Anyway, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And they end up at the end
Funzo loves you or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think it is Funzo. Yeah, no, absolutely. But, yeah, so what were we saying about James Gunn and the casting?
He's answered a few questions, as I said.
Okay,
Suicide Squad. The other thing is that people are asking what's next because he has Suicide Squad and then Guardians 3.
Of course.
And he's like, after Guardians 3, I've got nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Like, as in, how many years now have these two projects taken up his time?
Yeah, for sure. His answer was, it's because I don't like to just drown myself in work where I'm just constantly going nonstop for like 10 straight years.
But at the same time, though, with these two projects, he's currently editing Suicide Squad, but has Guardians 3 filmed?
I'm not really sure where it's up to in pre-production. I think it's still in the middle of writing at this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Perfecting that. So if that's the case, I mean, that's still got at least another 2 years of like filming and editing and production and things like that nature.
Yeah.
So when people say like, as in, oh, what's after that? I've got nothing on my plate. Dude, that's a couple years away.
Yeah.
By then there'll be like the Suicide Squad 2.
That's right.
You know, like, so there'll be something on his plate. Can I just take a quick sidebar to say, how good is it that he's been forgiven?
For sure. Absolutely.
Like, seriously. Like,
over a dumb tweet that was 10 years ago about whatever it was.
Exactly,
I can't remember.
Right. And he got cut from Guardians 3.
Yeah.
And then there was like nothing.
And Warner Brothers picked him up. They were like, you know what? We'll have you.
Exactly. That's right. And then Disney, Marvel, or whoever's in charge of that was like, shit, we really do need him because there's a lot of people saying they're going to boycott that third one. So,
yeah. Well, not just that too, but Dave Bautista also sort of, I don't think he really has a direct involvement, but he was on social media enough to sort of sway opinion.
He said, if there's no gun, there's no me.
Yeah.
Like, simple as that. Like, and I think Chris Pratt, he didn't say that, but he came out and said, like, come on. Seriously, people.
That's right.
Get a grip. It was years ago. Get over it.
It's kind of like Thor and Taika Waititi. You know, like
Tiki Wiki.
He's the owner of that character and franchise now, for sure. And James Gunn wrote 1 and 2 of Guardians and obviously had the input on the shared universe films
100%.
of those characters because he wrote those characters, obviously in collaboration with whoever else.
Of course.
But those are his movies.
No, that's exactly
right. You take him away, you're going to have just another dud sequel.
Well, not only that, I mean, his brother's heavily involved as well, not only with
He's Rocket Raccoon.
I was about to say not only with the character, but also being the placement while they're filming the Rocket Raccoon scene.
Yes.
Vin Diesel, pull your finger out of your ass. I'm sure you can crawl for
that's
a little
Bradley
bit.
Cooper.
But, oh, fuck. Right, that's Groot. No, sorry.
But still, Vin Diesel, pull your finger in your ass.
I was going to say Vin Diesel, hardest working actor on those films, obviously. But not only that, but Michael Rooker as well.
Yeah,
he was brought in by James Gunn because they've had a relationship since.
They've been buddies since Slither and beyond.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say. But yeah, no, exactly. It's just nice to think back to. It was only a couple years ago where James Gunn was almost blacklisted from fucking Hollywood.
From Hollywood, yeah.
And now he is the writer and director and fucking editor and everything of these two massive films.
Yeah.
An opposing superhero Marvel DC sides.
Well, the way that
it's incredible, the turnaround. And I'm so glad that we're in a world where, yes, we're in the cancel phase of the world where everyone wants to cancel somebody just when they make one slip up.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that sense can be made of things and people can be forgiven. I'm using air quotations here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for something that's so benign and stupid.
And trivial like that. Over a dumb joke that was said many, many, many years ago.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
But as you just mentioned, I think the best circumstance occurred from this because if that joke didn't happen, he may not be helming Suicide Squad.
100%. He would have been focused on Guardians 3. Yep. That would have been getting done. And he would have never been picked up by the DCU.
Yeah, that's right.
So
the fact that they reeled him in when he was out and then he was reeled back in and he's somehow got himself involved with two different companies, two different conglomerate franchises. I think it's awesome. And with the direction that Warner Brothers is going with their DC characters, they're crushing it.
Oh, dude, they're making a comeback, man.
Yeah. But the great thing is, we've talked about it 100 times, the fact that they're not doing the Marvel is why they're successful. They're not even really competing with them anymore because they're completely separate.
They're completely different films now.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, Marvel's still doing what Marvel does, and Marvel does that great. That's fine. There's a lot of people like myself who are just like disconnected from it and are like, I've seen these movies. Like, as in, I'm not that interested.
But you'll watch Joker 100 times over because it's a great film.
That was the first Blu-ray I bought in a while because I was like, that's a fucking good film. And they're making films the way they want to make them.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned earlier in the podcast, Marvel have Marvel's way of doing things.
Yes.
And DCU right now, the way they're doing things, they're just treating them as that's a film, that's a film, that's a film. Not, make sure it's in this style. Make sure it's in this style. A la
That's
Marvel,
right.
You know? So, at the
As
moment,
I said with like Birds of Prey, they'll have a few bits of dialogue which sprinkle in the connection there.
Of course.
And there, just so that way, if it does get back on track for a shared thing, they can go, well, here's where it was all connected.
But I think that's the key to their success right now is the fact that they don't tell that director, all right, do it how we did that one, and go. They're basically saying, all right, filmmaker, here's your film, a la James Gunn.
Yeah.
Make the Suicide Squad your way.
That's
and
right.
I'm not sure who did Birds of Prey, but I'm sure they said, hey.
Female director and writer, so it was definitely fitting. It was a lot like Wonder Woman, where obviously the main characters are female centric, and it's not a feminist film. It's not about women empowerment. It's simply just a matter of badass chicks getting together to fight people.
Exactly,
and it's written and directed by a woman. You can look her up because I can't remember.
Kathy Yan.
That's right.
Yes.
But it's simply like, and you compare Birds of Prey against Suicide Squad, where Suicide Squad, they saved the world from this gigantic enemy which was taking over the planet by infecting the population with these bubble-eyed creatures.
Yeah.
That villain for a first-time franchise, first-time film was way too big. That's a Superman villain. Leave that up to the guy who can save 100%. The planet.
Yeah.
But for such, like Suicide Squad, they're just a regular bunch of Joes.
Exactly.
Birds of Prey was like, hey, I'm dealing with another asshole in the same town.
Yeah.
And it was great because it was grounded.
Simple enough, yeah.
So Warner Brothers, keep on track with that. Definitely keep these stories and these villains and these arcs small.
That's right.
And then leave the big stuff for the big players, for like Superman and Batman when they come around. But even the Batman itself, I reckon, it won't be a world-ending event. It won't be Doomsday. It won't be anything like that. It'll be fucking Penguin or whoever.
Yeah, exactly. It'll just be in Gotham.
That's right.
This is just Gotham's problem. That's right. But it's weird how the times change, man. Literally a year ago, we spent months bagging out DC and the way they were making their films.
I was still supportive, but I was just like, come on.
No, that's exactly right. Of course, you being the DC fan that you are, of course, you were still supportive. But it's crazy how times have changed and how 12 months. Yeah,
things absolutely.
have changed, and we're leaning more towards the DC and look forward to them more than the Marvel projects coming out.
Well, absolutely. Me personally, I'm definitely on that side simply because I like those films.
What is the next Marvel project coming?
Well, we've got Black Widow on the way.
Of course,
Guardians 3 obviously is early pre-production, but that's another thing to look forward to that we know
2021, early 22.
There is a Spider-Man 3 being talked about.
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, of course.
And Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings or something like that.
Which, see, nothing there jumps out like, ooh, I can't wait, except Guardians 3.
Well, they're introducing new characters.
No, that's exactly right. They have to reboot the Marvel universe, of course. But at the same time, nothing jumps out there except for Guardians 3. But that's purely because of my love for the director.
Yeah, and some of the actors.
And the characters and the stories that I've been invested in.
Yeah.
Because those have always felt to me separate.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Speaking of Guardians, though, while we're on this train, is that the other bit of news speculation that James Gunn has announced over his Instagram Q&A is that one of the characters from Guardians will die.
Oh, no, I hope it's not the tree dude.
Neither do I. Well, he's already died and he kind of came back, so he's fine.
I know.
He's good.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think we've found out that he's essentially immortal. He just comes back with an attitude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, simple
he
as
turns
that.
into a teen arsehole.
But that's a wonderful teaser. Now, do we know for sure whether or not this is it for Guardians?
I have
Guardians
no idea.
3, trilogy, bam.
Maybe.
Yeah, if that's the case, I could totally see Star-Lord being Chris Pratt dying.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's her name? Who's the chick? Who's his girlfriend? Right. Gamora died and then kind of came back.
Exactly, that's
right. And then, we do have Thor Love and Thunder, which I thought was going to be as Guardians of the Galaxy, because at the end of Endgame, Thor hops on his ship and then they go off.
That's right.
That would have been a perfect sequel to combine those worlds.
That's right. We have another Thor movie coming, don't we?
Love and Thunder, where Natalie Portman's character comes back and she takes on the mantle of Thor.
That's right.
which is a popular comic line.
Actually, that would be one of the next closest ones because they've been promoting that for a while.
There's no trailers, and I don't think there's a release date, or maybe there is, and it's just not really getting the legs just yet, because I believe Taika Waititi is still certainly working on it.
Oh my god, that dude is a busy man right now.
Yeah, but I don't know whether they've even started principal photography just yet.
Oh, okay, right.
You can probably find it if you do a quick Google.
Oh, dude, it's not until 2022, man.
Yeah,
Taika Waititi is of course involved.
Yes,
heavily,
absolutely.
Heavily. That is his franchise, as you said before.
Yeah.
But speculation. I'm going to say Star-Lord if they're planning on wrapping up Guardians.
Yeah.
But if not, I think it will be Drax.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it'll either be a main player like Star-Lord.
Well, they just had what's his name? Mace Windu.
Popular Guardians of the Galaxy character Mace Windu.
As soon as those words came out, I was like, "Oh my god, Samuel's not in this."
Yeah.
Fuck. What's his name? Blue fella. Michael Rooker's character.
Oh, Yondu.
Yondu. Yeah. Well, they did have Yondu pass away.
Mace Windu.
Okay. Space character. All right. My immediate. Okay, I don't know.
Mace Windu and Yondu. I get like where you could get that confusion.
Okay, yeah. It was basically by the name, but also I just for some reason in my head I'm like dark blue character, black dude, and I'm just like color. That is color and name. Mace. Yes. Mace Windu and Yondu. Yeah, come on. I mean,
I get it, but it's also hilarious.
Mistake. I mean, come on. They both had.
Sam Jackson is in the MCU. It's fine.
Exactly. It totally makes sense. Come on, people.
But Yondu died.
Yeah.
There was even speculation about a solo Yondu film because people love that character so much, but I don't think it would really work.
No, I don't think it would work now.
Give it a Disney Plus special, maybe.
And honestly, I love Michael Rooker. I love him to death, but I don't think he is a guy to helm a film anymore.
Well, that's the thing. He never really was. Guy. Well, like, was he? Like, he was never the main...
You haven't seen Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, have you?
I have not.
I'm going to borrow that and throw it at you next week as well.
Okay,
Animator. Cool. Seriously, like that film, I think 1989 or very early 90s.
That's what I mean. Like, obviously when he was younger, I mean...
it's a very indie film.
My first experience from Michael Rooker was literally The Walking Dead. And he played Merle, and he was this older gentleman, like real scumbag.
He got his arm cut off, right?
Yes, and had a redeeming moment in the film. Like, he was one of my favourite characters, and then it turns out it was weird. He's been around for donkey's years, but I think that was like, hey, people are starting to recognize this guy a bit more.
Without a doubt, that was a resurgence for him. 100%. Yeah. Well, not only a resurgence, probably a
because The Walking Dead spread like a fucking zombie virus. Like, the popularity of it was amazing.
That skyrocketed his value. Yeah, 100%.
That's correct. And then after he died, he had the chance to go on and make other films. And then obviously being in Guardians was an awesome like casting choice for him, and now people love the character of Yondu being the guy who essentially raised Star-Lord.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a good arc there, but I don't think it really needs its own film. I mean, Disney can go, hey, here's a film for it, and people will see it.
Why not a film for Disney Plus?
That'd be great.
I'd be okay with that, or even like a 6-part just miniseries. Yeah, because you've got to remember, like you said, like people grew attached when they realized, like, he essentially raised Star-Lord as his child. You know? So I mean, there's a hell of a story there teaching him his ways of being the what would you call him? Like, he's a thief, but he's like a
smuggler. Essentially, he's the Han Solo of this
exactly.
This universe.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he whistles really cool,
very well.
And has like an arrow thing.
And that's right, because you've got the WandaVision. You have like Captain America and Winter Soldier, whatever that film is fucking called. That TV series coming out. She-Hulk as well.
Oh yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, of course.
They could certainly do a Yondu thing.
Yeah,
just
why the hell?
I mean,
not?
Obviously, like, it would be an expensive thing because it's set in outer space with all different sets. But I'd be for it.
I'd reboot my Disney Plus subscription to watch that just once.
Yeah, because of Michael Rooker.
Because of Michael Rooker. But again, I mean, we've already established how like niche we are in that regard, where it's a particular person that draws us to these things. So
yeah, for sure.
So, Guardians 3, very excited for that.
Yeah.
James Gunn, excited for the Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Hella excited for the Batman.
Yeah.
Marvel, I don't know, pull your finger out and figure something out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, they've got things coming, and I'm sure
I love Taika Waititi, but he's not even a draw to make me
go see a
Thor
film.
Thor, you know?
Yeah. Like, I'm not really a huge fan of the Thor character either. I like Bro Thor, where he's like a Viking-looking dude. I think that's awesome. But yeah, like, I'm not really a huge draw to that either. But in the same sense, like I might look at the next Thor and go, you know what? I didn't go see a Birds of Prey and now I regret missing it.
That's right.
So I think I will check out Thor simply because I like what they're doing with the character and especially where Taika Waititi is going with it. There's going to be more emphasis on Korg, so his rock character.
Okay, yeah.
So that'll be funny.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He pulled you off. Like, yeah, it was great.
Yeah. But either way, I'm just going to say when the cinemas reopen, I am going back to back.
Oh, for sure. My savings account's going to go down the drain.
I don't give a shit, man. I am craving it. Event Cinemas Glendale, hang in there. We'll be back soon. I miss your popcorn so fucking much.
Oh, yeah.
Dead set, man. I made popcorn at home the other night, like as in the actual kernels, because I have a popping machine myself.
Yeah, it's just not
fucking
the same.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Or as you would say, crap.
Or rubbish.
Yeah, rubbish.
You can cover regular old popcorn in a shitload of melted butter and salt, but it's just not film popcorn.
I can't get the butter to spread properly, man.
Yeah, because it just
seriously, it sucks
you pour
into
over
it.
one bit, and then you eat the really buttery bits, and then the rest of it's just dry.
Exactly. I tried stirring it up and stuff, and then it pulls at the bottom, and then it sucks into and absorbs into part of it, and not all of it, and it's just it's not the same.
As I said many episodes ago, you can get the popcorn. It's called Flavor Cold, but you have to import it from America, and it's very expensive, like a 1 liter box.
Man, we need to go halvesies in that.
But you only need a little bit.
GoFundMe.
Patreon.com.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
We can set goals there. We want some Flavor
exactly.
Coal. Yeah. But the thing with Flavor Coal, I know I've talked about this before, is that that 1 liter bottle that you can buy, you can import. Yeah. You only need the littlest amount. Because I remember once when Taylor worked at the cinema, we went to see a movie and she asked the lady behind the desk, who she knew obviously, can we get just 1 extra serving of Flavor Coal on the popcorn? Yeah, sure, no worries. I couldn't stop eating it. I think I've told the story before. I couldn't stop eating it because it was so delicious.
Of course.
But I had a scar on my tongue for 2 weeks because it literally burnt the top layer of my tongue off.
And I bet every day you looked at yourself, you went, worth it.
It was totally worth it because it's delicious. But even just one, so you get a large bucket with 1 small teaspoon sprinkled, shaken, that's enough.
Fuck, man, my mouth's watering. I just keep thinking about movie popcorn. God damn, I want these scheduling conflicts to be over with.
Absolutely.
Fuck, I miss the movie so much, man.
But yes, you can.
I was on track for a record year with the number of films.
Yeah, so my list of films, I haven't added to it. I've watched films at home and been like, I've got nothing to add to it.
I know. I'm adding to my Netflix and at home ones, of course, but so that's growing. But my other one is just sitting there stuck at 15.
Yeah,
and I was at 15.
15. We're in April.
In the middle of March. I was. Yeah. They've been closed for a month now. Oh my god, I was on track for a record year. So I'm going to have to go days after days after days after days, man. I will see every fucking movie in that theater that week. That's
the last
out.
one you saw,
I will see an Aussie shitty fucking film about army wives or whatever it was called, or some fucking Christian dude. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. But the last film you saw at the cinema was Bloodshot, wasn't it?
Exactly. So for one of the few times, I think the second time this year, I have a bad taste in my mouth as I left the movies, and I haven't gotten back to refresh that taste. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. People, stay at home. Fucking get this over with. Jesus Christ.
Stay at home so we can go out eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Stay at home so I can get the fuck out. Oh, my lordy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did we want to segue into something else? Or I feel like just we're doing amazing for time.
Yeah, 45 minutes. We're fine.
Ooh,
we've got 15 minutes left of the episode.
Lucky Devils. 20 minutes of Michael Rooker talk. How could you beat that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
all right, what do you want to segue into next, my friend?
I'm not going to talk about Dune, the film Dune. No, that's fair.
I've got a lot of ready, but
there's a lot of images of the cast list for this upcoming film Dune, which is essentially a new film not set in the franchise. Not really a remake of a 1985 film by David Lynch, who he fucking hates that film.
Called Dune.
Yes. But the reason I didn't really want to talk about it is because everybody's talking about it, but I know nothing about it.
No, I know nothing about it either, but for the casual listener who also knows nothing about it, just to quickly run through the stacked cast, I will.
For sure. Yeah.
We've got Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, who I love to death, Jason Momoa, of course, Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
You got Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, of course.
Yeah.
I love him. Javier Bardem. I mean, it's
a
absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely stacked cast, for sure. But 100%. As I said, it's based off a book from the 50s, I think it was. There was a video game called Dune, but I don't think it was connected in any way. I think it was its own thing.
Yeah, probably.
All I know from the pictures is that there's people and they're in the desert and they have fancy costumes, and that's all I know about this film other than the cast looks cool. Yeah,
no, exactly. That's right. And as far as I can see on IMDb, there's still only that fucking picture of the time slate sitting in sand.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's
well, there are like what I saw on Josh Brolin's Instagram now.
I can see.
There is actual costume.
Yeah,
looks,
no, I can see that now. And immediately, what jumps out to me with the sand background and the one costume I can see here is like a Star Wars vibe.
Yeah, I got the Star Wars vibe too.
Luke Skywalker's home planet, whatever the fuck that's called.
I have no idea.
Oh, really? Well, no. Star Wars fan, right?
No, not really.
But dead set as if you wouldn't go, oh yeah, that's an extra from Star Wars.
That looks like Star Wars, yeah, for
100%.
sure.
But either way, nothing else about it. I know it'll be an epic film.
Apparently so.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
and the one bit of news that I did put in there is that the writer from the original 1985 version of Dune hates the film and won't see the new one, but not for the reasons that you would think.
Yeah.
Usually you would imagine when a director and writer from a previous film has a remake 20 years later and they go, well, they're just remaking my work, blah, 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 blah. I read through the article. Apparently David Lynch is pissed off about it simply because he was burned personally by that film. It earned him certain Oscars and nominations for certain things, but it was such a big pain in his life that he just, like, he didn't have his own way, didn't have creative freedom, didn't have all this and that. It was like his first big project, which did relatively well, but also bombed.
Yes.
And it just burnt him. So he's like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this new film. I'm not watching it. I don't want to remind myself of the past.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
No, I get that completely. Denis Villeneuve.
Let me open up the article and see if I can pronounce it for you.
Denis Villeneuve is a French-Canadian film director. He is in charge of this one.
Yes.
Just wanted to see what he's done. He did Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, which I still,
Yeah, Arrival from 2016. So
Villeneuve?
Yes.
Yeah, that is weird.
Right? Thank you.
When
There's too many vowels, motherfucker.
When I didn't have to read it out loud earlier, I thought it was like Bellevue or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I'm reading the pronunciation. Yeah, it's definitely not something simple.
There's way too many vowels there.
Yeah, but
Please
with Blade Runner 2049, I was listening to a podcast recently where they briefly discussed it, and I do have to check both of those films out because they're right up my alley.
Of course.
Is that both of them were good films, but also didn't perform as well as they really deserved to be.
No. Yeah.
Which is strange.
But, dude, look at what happened last year. Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic film. Should have performed well. For some reason, bombed.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So just because a film doesn't make bank in the box office
doesn't mean it's not a good film.
Doesn't mean it's a fantastic film.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. So
I mean, as we've found out in our travels back in time in Yas or Past Blast from the Past, which we've been doing for the last 3 Fridays.
Yep.
Make sure to check the archives for those ones. We found out like films like Road to El Dorado.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great film and it's gone down as a classic.
Beloved by many.
Exactly. But it was a monster failure at the box office.
Yeah.
And we recapped that at the end of the episode. And every now and then you've just got to take into account, that film may have been a not success or a failure at the box office or a failure in general. Doesn't mean it's going to be a bad film.
That's right.
Simple as that. Yeah.
And not only that too, but like you may look at these things and go, like, for some people who aren't into horror films, they look at that and go, I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
So like, where was I going with that? I can't even remember.
Failures, box office, things not succeeding, Dr. Sleep.
Gone. It's completely gone. The thought that I had there is completely wiped.
But June is a film.
Yeah,
it's coming out in December. It's coming out in December. It looks like it's going to be an epic film. Whether or not it's a failure or a success, who knows?
That's right.
Either way, I'm sure it will be a visually stunning film.
Yes.
It's got a stacked cast, so it's already suckered me in for that. And I think it will be a yas or an excited when it comes to that time of the year.
We'll wait and see for the trailer to come out because Trailer Park.
Absolutely. Yeah, Trailer Park is making a fucking...
Making a what?
A confirm, I was going to say.
It's making a confirm.
Yeah, Trailer Park, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be back on Friday. Stick around for that one. It's going to be a huge one. That's the whole episode taken care of on Friday. It's going to be glorious. Absolutely glorious. So I've missed Trailer Park.
Speaking about things coming back.
Yes.
Very quickly.
Yep.
Green Hornet. For some reason is...
Why?
Why? The last one didn't need to exist.
Green Hornet's DC, right?
No.
No? What is Green Hornet?
I'm
sure Green Hornet is DC.
I don't know.
No, because...
I think it's completely separate.
No. I'm sure
Or is it Dark Horse?
No, it's... I don't even know what that is. But no, I'm sure it's Green Hornet's DC because Ryan Reynolds was one of the first characters to play a character in both universes.
What?
DC and Marvel?
You're thinking of Green Lantern. Yeah.
Am I?
Yes.
Wait. Oh shit! I am.
Seth
Green
Rogen.
Hornet. Yeah, Seth
Rogen.
and Chung Lee or whatever his name was.
I don't know. Some Asian dude.
Oh, Saul.
Anyway, Green Hornet, the last film came out and had some Asian dude, as we mentioned, famous guy. I love your work. Jay Chow. Oh, that's super Asian. Anyway, and Seth
Chung-Li.
And Seth Rogen.
Yes, of course.
Film was a bomb.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't personally mind it. I bought it. It was annoying having Seth Rogen play such an asshole until his redemption towards the end.
I haven't seen it because...
You're not missing much.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, you sold me.
Don't put yourself through that. Anyway, there are some things to enjoy about the Green Hornet from that era.
Of course.
But that film didn't do super well.
Well, actually...
And at this point... wait, sorry, do you have
No, I was just going to say, it had a $120 million budget. That's fucking ridiculous for a Seth Rogen film for one.
Yeah.
But worldwide returned 227.
Oh, shit.
So it made a little bit of money.
But the film itself, here we go. We're turning the table.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, so the film was fine, but it wasn't great. Mm-hmm. Even though it made its money, it didn't warrant a sequel, obviously, because fair enough, it made bank, but nobody liked it.
Yep.
There is another film, Green Hornet, on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And I think I know the answer to this.
Yep.
It's Universal, and they just make everything.
Of course, exactly. And let's be honest, Universal in the last 6 to 12 months, they've surprised us with some of their actually good properties.
Yeah.
Why not reboot this, considering the last one, everyone's like, we don't need that ever. I mean, the original was 1966.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if you brush this aside and say, don't just forget about that. Hey, Green Hornet, new generation of people, short-minded people. Hollywood's out of ideas, as they always are.
Yeah, that's right. It's been long enough for people to be like, oh, wait, there was a Green Hornet film?
That's right, exactly. Yeah. So I think the key to this, if they want to redeem that franchise and that world of the Green Hornet, it's casting.
Yeah, for sure.
It's casting, because as soon as Seth Rogen was attached, everyone went, what?
Yeah.
Why?
And I think it was an interesting choice.
Why, Dylan?
Why?
Yeah, it was an interesting choice. And hey, give everyone a chance. We love seeing, as we mentioned earlier, we love seeing those crossovers of people doing things that are outside of their comfort zone and things like that.
That's right.
That's fine. Just didn't work.
I think we've now established that Seth Rogen is best when he's being himself.
Yes.
Not acting.
He's
not Adam Sandler in the way that Adam Sandler is mainly himself, but he can pull out the acting chops when needed.
He can act when he needs to.
I don't think Seth Rogen.
No.
Great producer.
Yeah.
Great writer.
Yeah. No.
And a funny actor.
I've got nothing against Seth Rogen, man.
But his best role is This Is the End.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But not only that, you look at This Is the End, you look at Pineapple Express, you look at Superbad, you look at Knocked Up. Guess what? Those characters are the fucking same.
Yeah.
They're the fucking same.
That's right.
Yeah, but either way, I do love Seth Rogen though.
So producer of Good Boys.
Yes, exactly. Like
disaster artist. Yeah.
No, that's exactly right. Everything I've seen Seth Rogen in that is Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen, I love.
Yeah,
I love Seth Rogen.
And I didn't mind the Green Hornet, but just overall,
that's right. Honestly, I want to see Michael Cera play that role.
Michael Cera.
That's because for some reason I still have like a shitty fucking man crush on that arsehole of a human.
I don't think he'll do it.
No.
I don't think that'll happen. And if it did, I don't think it'll...
No.
They want this to make money.
Yeah.
Michael Cera. People will look at this and go, yuck.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, for some reason, I know he's been an arsehole of a human. I've seen many and evidence of that. But...
Is he?
He's
in like outside of film.
Yeah.
Like just as a person.
Yeah. Like he's apparently he's quite snooty in that, and I've seen some backstage footage of him on the set of. Oh my god, what's my favorite film of his? I can't remember what it's called.
Scott Pilgrim.
No. He plays two characters that are the same. He's alter ego and.
I have no idea.
Oh, Youth and Revolt.
Okay.
Youth and Revolt. Yeah, it's a fantastic film. But I've seen him on the set of that.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely fucking wrecking into like a intern. Like just absolutely fucking...
It's like, dude,
look it up on YouTube.
You're Michael Cera.
Yeah, no.
Sit the fuck down.
But he's talking about professionalism and stuff, and apparently somebody walked by in the background when he's trying to focus, and he's a very method actor.
He pulled the Christian
Bale. He
Bale.
pulled the Christian Bale, and he was like, it's just unprofessional. What am I even doing here? Why should I even fucking be here? I should fucking go back to my trailer and fucking forget this whole... Like, he was going off.
And then you watch things like This Is the End, where he played a close-up himself, where Rihanna... Oh, man.
This Is the End is fantastic, because you know that those people just went, all right, here's my real personality. I'll just act like I'm acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway. I honestly think, I know they all get along and stuff, but I honestly would love to think that they really do try and avoid Danny McBride.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
For sure. But
yeah.
well, that's the thing. I think that film was written with that perspective in mind.
Oh,
where
100%.
they may have had parties in the past where he is so fucking
I'm
loose
sure
cannon.
I'm sure they all love each other and do that, but they're also like, fuck you, Danny. Just in general. Yeah. It's like us with Brad.
He's definitely
fuck you, Brad. Yeah.
I love you, Brad. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. We love him to death. He knows that, and we say fuck you, Brad, and he goes, okay.
Yeah. And he's not watching this or listening. I promise I will. Brad, you don't have to. It's fine.
Next time we see him, he's going to say, "Oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch. Yeah, I subscribed. I've been meaning to watch." You know it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else you want to tack on there, man?
No.
Nothing else in the notes.
I mean, there's a few bits of like video game news essentially, but nothing really up there. No. I mean, off the back of the Resident Evil 3 remake,
yes,
Capcom has announced that Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake, but everybody is pissed about that because it's not that old and it still holds up today.
Do you remember what year?
2005. Okay, but there's been remasters since then, and it still looks fantastic. But they want to remake it with the same graphics and engine that they've built the previous remakes on.
Okay.
Like the most recent ones, which I think will work. I think it'll be a great game, but people are pissed because it's still so good and holds up so well and plays so well on its own as this.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. But with a timeline, it would still be another 2 to 3 years away, I imagine.
Yeah.
So
if they learn anything from the past one and don't rush it out the door in 12 months' time, because RE3, the one that recently came out, people aren't happy with that. But not only that, there's another one in between called Resident Evil Code Veronica, which is kind of like the succession to RE3. It's like the next one in the main series, even though it's not numbered, where people are going, remake that. That's a fucking awesome entry. Do that instead. Yeah. But they're like, you know what? We want to keep this consecutive. It's not even really a sequel. It kind of is, but it's kind of not.
Yeah, no, I was going to say they're just remaking. Yeah.
They're just remaking, and they have had permission.
Lazy.
Yeah, they have had permission from the original creator of Resident Evil 4, Shinji Mikami, the guy who wrote and directed RE1 and 2, the original. Okay. So he's essentially the creator of the franchise.
Yeah.
He's given him the blessing, apparently.
Oh, God. Yeah, of course, because it's like, yep, just cut me that check.
Yeah, basically.
Simple
it's like, here's the name. Like, just do whatever
exactly.
You
mean you're going to cut me a big fat check and I get to sit back and do nothing?
Well, he's making his own game. Ghosts of Tokyo. No, not Ghosts of Tokyo.
Ghouls?
Tokyo
Ghoul-less?
No, definitely not. But something along those lines that we talked about when we talked about E3 last year.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Anyway, I haven't heard any news of that since, but Gamescom and
I was
Comic-Con,
about to say, yep.
Scheduling conflicts at the first time, especially with Comic-Con, the first time in 50 years of the history of the event.
What would have happened in 1970 that made them cancel that? Was there a war?
No, I think that was the first one.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, right, yeah. There wasn't any before that.
Yeah, that's right. So the first time in 50 years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It's been canned because of scheduling conflicts around the world. But same thing with Gamescom too. Not that I really knew what was coming there. No, that's any new games now, I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Well, yeah, no, it is sad about Comic-Con and the fact that that's happened. But I mean, geez, join the fucking party. Yeah, I mean everything else has been getting having conflicting schedules. So
that's correct. Yeah, so we all move on. Yes, it can all be released in its own merit.
2021, right around the corner, ladies and
gentlemen.
That'll
be our year.
We'll be back to fucking normal then. But anything else you wanted to get on? Did we want to touch on what we've been watching?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I bought. Actually, no, I didn't buy. Sorry, I rented Hustlers.
Ah, yes,
a film that I did miss out on seeing for. What's our segment called? DTCR.
Yes. Oh my God, we forgot the segment name.
Yeah.
Event Cinemas, hurry up.
Yeah. So Hustlers, the film Hustlers.
Yes.
I spelt it incorrectly in my Google search, starring J-Lo.
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Tiffany Haddish.
Cardi. No.
Oh right. Yeah. No.
Cardi B. I think it is. Anyway,
Cardi B.
It's a film about strippers who are doing it hard.
There's a white chick. Asian chick. What's her name?
I don't know.
Asian chick.
I don't know. She's the main character. The Asian chick is the Asian chick. The
Asian... Fuck.
The Asian chick is the Asian chick. Constance Wu, Jennifer Lopez, Julia Stiles, Keke Palmer, Lily Reinhart, Lizzo, and Cardi B. Anyway, the plot is a bunch of strippers who are trying to make their way like in the world where they're just making bank, just doing regular stripper stuff in a club. And then the financial crash of 2008 puts Wall Street out of business, which in turn... puts them out of business.
Yep,
and
so they can't sucker in all those stockbroking guys.
That's right. So they have to come back many years later and figure out how to bring customers back to the club. And they do so by getting a group together and they essentially drug these men.
They drug these guys with basically black credit cards, which is like no limit. And they just charge, dump them and that. And what are they going to tell their wives? I was at the strip club and got robbed.
That's right. Even the police as well. But after a while, they start ruining lives.
Yeah.
The film is interesting.
Yeah.
But I will say overall, it's crap.
Oh, dude, it was, yeah. I did get the privilege. I mean, it was a privilege in hindsight that we can't do it now, but of seeing it in cinemas, and it was...
The opening scene with J-Lo showing her stuff was very entertaining.
Oh, my lord, yes.
But after that, obviously, that was like, here's her bit, and now for the rest of the film, we're going to take this film a bit more seriously, where Constance Wu's character is telling the reporter, essentially the journalist, the history of
the story of
where
this
it goes.
Group and that.
That's correct. Exactly. So it was an interesting period piece of 2011 or 2008 till 2013 or whenever it is.
Yes.
Surprisingly produced by Will Ferrell.
Of course.
That's so weird.
Of course, man. Yeah.
I had to Google to make sure
Bradley Cooper and Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the name in the credits. I was like, wait, is that Will Ferrell? Will Ferrell? And it totally is.
Yep. Exactly. I know it's weird how they do that, but hey.
Yeah.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, that's right. So I went into Hustlers expecting a film similar to Magic Mike, where there's enough to please the eye, but there's also a deeper film underneath. And this film tries that, but it doesn't quite get there.
They try it, but it's not like if a male is watching it, it's not like not at all. It's not Constant or anything like that.
No, that's
it's
right.
It's not Constance Wu, that's for sure.
No, that's definitely right. Yeah.
Either way, man, it's a passable film.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous the fact that a couple months after this came out, Jennifer Lopez was quoted as saying, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get nominated for an Oscar. What? Exactly. What?
Okay, so she acts in this film, but she's not...
Oh no!
It's not that her character's bad, but it's no Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
No, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, he had a right to be upset, even though he wasn't. Like he was like, "No, that's cool."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. But
this isn't an Oscar-worthy film for sure.
No. I couldn't. No, exactly. So
not because of its content; it's because of its characters and her acting ability. Yeah, she's a fine actor, but she's not Oscar-worthy.
The story's great, but it's a film that I've seen once and I'm never going to see again.
Yeah, and I never will again either.
Simple as that. Whereas Uncut Gems, I'll happily watch that again
for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I got the chance to watch one more. I'm on a bit of a stand-up comedy binge at the moment. I love it. Yeah, I got to watch brand new, fresh off the press Netflix special, Chris D'Elia, No Pain. Are you familiar with Chris D'Elia?
Nope.
Oh, man, he's a fantic comic.
I haven't been on Netflix in a while, but next week I go back to work. So
calling in sick. But he's a fantastic comic. Been a fan of him for a very long time. I first saw him on Workaholics in like 2012 or 13. He plays a pedophile.
Oh, okay. Wait,
no, he's a guest star in one episode.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant one of the Workaholics. I was like, the main dude, I fucking hate him, but I don't know.
No, that's Andy Devine.
Yeah.
Devine.
Not a fan.
Levine.
Not a fan.
Maroon 5. Anyway, I absolutely love him. This is like, I think his it's his third special that he has on Netflix. Yeah. He's been around the block for a long time, dude. Like, you'll probably know his face. Never been a main actor or anything like that, but he's one of those comedians that I absolutely love. I had this on my watch list, got the reminder, you beaut, I'm set for that night.
Go check it out on Instagram. You posted a picture
exactly,
about it.
That's right, I did that, Instagram, 2C3pod. So it was fantastic. Up to par with these other specials, great. And I love a comedian who can awkwardly laugh at their own jokes when they're really in the moment.
Yeah.
Like they're really in the moment and he'll just be talking and he's like, yeah.
He's laughing with the audience and he just
exactly, because he's going through his material and that and hearing the reactions and stuff and it makes him laugh kind of thing a little bit. And there's not a lot of that, but
The best example of that I watched, do you know David Strasman? Ventriloquist or ventriloquist, however you say that word.
Ventriloquist, really?
It's
ventriloquist. You said it right the second time. But where did ventriloquist come from?
I've never ever confirmed which way it's supposed to be pronounced. Ventriloquist?
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. It is ventriloquist.
Excellent. Anyway, I saw David Strasman many years ago and he had his character Teddy E. Bear.
Oh, of course.
And he had a joke. This is the first time I saw him.
Yeah.
And something, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like... I can't talk when you're laughing.
Yeah.
It was the funniest, smoother thing. Like David Strasman himself started laughing.
Yeah,
and he
really good improv moment. Yeah.
Yeah, he had to pull that out. And I thought that was just
I love that.
Genius.
Yeah,
absolute genius.
Absolutely. I love that. Those moments. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I also just quickly watched a little movie with the kids that I rented, Lewis and the Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. It had a small theatrical one. The kids had already seen it with my mum.
Yep.
She took them end of last year, around October, November. It's okay. It's serviceable, but I feel like 99% sure it was dubbed from a foreign language to English.
Okay.
But being an animation, they just slapped the voices on top without even trying to sync up the mouths kind of thing.
Okay.
So you can see it in
Now, you
moments.
said you're pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, as in I haven't researched it or looked it up.
Okay.
But watching it, I'm like, this shit ain't lining up. And it wasn't by a production company that I was aware of.
Okay,
either.
so it was just like a small time, take your kids to the movies kind of deal.
Exactly, but it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, serviceable.
Lewis and the Aliens.
Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. That's been our show, Mitchell.
Abso-fucking-lootly-tootly.
That's an excellent one. You can find us. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 2C3pod, of course. Go over to there and give us a like, share, and subscribe and all that jazz on those platforms.
That's right. And thank you for tuning in. And wherever you're listening to or watching us, make sure it's your preferred platform. We're available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, YouTube, Big Summer Blower, and 30,000 other fucking things.
They're all there. Just search Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, TCTP, or 2C3 Pod for short. Whatever works. You'll find 100 different ones. Himalaya.com, whatever the hell that is. They're hosting us now.
Castbox, Procast, all of this stuff. We're there.
Absolutely.
We're there. Wherever you want them, Stitcher.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We're absolutely everywhere. But guess what? We're also on tpublic.com, redbubble.com, and also Patreon as well. If you want to support the show, head over to tpublic.com, get yourself a t-shirt, a mug, a frig magnet, and a sticker. Fridge magnet is what I'm trying to say there. But also, you can support our Patreon program as well. We have 3 most affordable tiers. Producer, hero, legend, but we've got 3 absolute legends which we'd like to mention. Thank you very much for supporting us. Mitchell, who are they?
Alice, of course, thank you very much for your continued support. Courtney, wonderful, love you, legend. And of course, we have Bubbles the Wonder Dog.
Yes.
You guys are bloody heroes, and every dollar you do that comes into that comes straight back into this, so we can keep doing this for you. We haven't stopped. 53 weeks and counting, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Join the force, TCT pack.
Yes. Now, when you do sign up to Patreon...
I'm trying to create slogans.
Absolutely. Now, when you do join Patreon, of course, 3 tiers, but each tier gives you automatic entrance into any giveaways that we have. Also, early episodes. So as soon as these are exported and ready to go, they're straight in your pocket. But also, you get a 2C3 Pod sticker. Now, the reason our current Patreons haven't received those yet is simply because I don't really want to give out stickers from the designs that I've made.
Yeah.
So we are working with Gun Gear & Co., as we said. Gun Gear & Graphics.
Stop saying Co. There's only one of him.
Yeah. Gun Gear & Graphics to work on a new logo, new sticker for 2C3 Pod, 2's Company, 3's a podcast. So whenever that gets whipped up, we'll certainly send those stickers out to you, of course. Customized for Patreons only.
That's right. But if you have any inquiries at all, make sure to feel free to hit us up at 2's Company, 3's a podcast at gmail.com. That can also be used for a PayPal one-time donation. That'd be fantastic. We'll give you a little shout out. 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, $500,000, whatever
works for you.
Exactly. All of that comes straight back into producing this, designing new stuff, collaborations with people. Everything comes into this podcast. We put a lot into this, and we appreciate all the support, or any business inquiries, of course.
Absolutely.
2's Company, 3's a podcast at gmail.com.
For sure. New podcasts. 2 podcasts every Wednesday and every Friday. Everybody who's tuned in so far, thank you everybody for listening and watching.
Yes.
But yes, definitely hit subscribe if you're new here. 2 podcasts every week. Wednesdays, news and reviews.
Yes.
And Fridays, Yasa Past, Trailer Park, Blast from the Past, whatever you want to call it. Whatever we can fill in that video that week or that episode, of course. But definitely check us out then, and we'll see you in the next podcast episode as well.
Absolutely. But lastly, don't forget to check out the YouTube page. We have
hours.
There are so many hours of content on there, and the amount of views that we get for the amount of editing we do is a little bit redonkulous. So feel free to head over there, hit subscribe, make sure to like videos and all that kind of stuff. And if you do have a chance, if you don't want to support us with dollary dues, that's fine. It's tough times at the moment, scheduling conflicts and such. Feel free to leave us a review. Apple Podcast, Stitcher, those are the 2 main ones that you can leave us reviews. 5 stars, thank you very much. Please leave a nice little comment saying, they're forcing me, I don't want to.
Absolutely. Like that. You can also find us over at Twitch as well. We're certainly ramping that up this year for 2020, considering we can't go anywhere. We may as well stay at home and play video games. You've got twitch.tv /Dylan2C3 Pod if you want to watch some Subnautica, some Doom, some Resident Evil, some occasional
or if you only like one game, Fortnite. Yay! You have twitch.tv/Mitchell_TCTP.
Absolutely. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been a great Wednesday. We will see you on Friday. My name is Dylan, and as always with my co-host
Mitchell. And do not forget, we are 2's Company, but you are the podcast.
You like it a lot?
Well, I hope so, the way you reacted.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming you may get this. This is one that I think I would get. Anyway,
you said that last week with Short Circuit, and I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Like, I love that movie. Anyway, thank you everybody for sticking around to the end of the show. As we do every week, we've got a bit of film trivia, so definitely stick around for the answer for this in the next 10 seconds. Alrighty. In the Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. I said that.
Yeah,
weird.
Caribbean.
Yes. Anyway, in Pirates of the Caribbean. Wow.
In the Johnny Depp being drunk films.
Yes, in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Why do I keep saying it wrong?
Caribbean.
I'm saying it slowly.
I've never said it this way before. Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Johnny Depp. Okay. Johnny Depp based his character on which famous British rock legend?
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Extra clue, he also starred in one of them. Which I thought the question was leaning towards that, but it didn't.
Is it Mick Jagger? Oh, no.
Wrong.
Keith
Richards.
Oh, really?
You were so close.
God, fuck. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for tuning in. Cheers.
Oh, it's still lost.
Hey, thanks for checking out that video of Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. We really appreciate it. Wasn't it really something? Why don't you drop a comment down below while you're still here on what you thought about that video. And once you're done, go check out the next video. Feel free to hit subscribe as well. I think it'll be a really good investment for your future.